Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video for Conan Exiles. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to be covering the Buccaneer Bay or Pirate Bay, whichever way you want to call it. Of course, there have been some new cosmetic changes, well, quite a few new cosmetic changes, and here you can find some new stuff such as recipes and of course new merchants, which of course I will cover as well. So if you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself, and if you have just subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content. And why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel, who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. So with that out of the way, we're going to be starting at the location where I am at. This is a new camp that I don't remember being here. There are of course new NPCs. I don't think they're very special in terms of what they can do with regards to being tamed, but I'm going to cover it nonetheless. So as you can see, we have the animal tamers. This is my location currently on the map, so we'll have a look at this, then we'll go through Buccaneer Bay and we'll see all the changes that have taken place and all the new things that you can get from there. So I am going to be using flight mode. As you can see, there are a lot of items that we normally use as placeables. We've got a taming pen there. We've got a NPC here at the gate. You can come up that way and kind of this way in. The NPCs and creatures here are hostile, so you will have to fight your way through. There's nothing really special here as far as I can see. Maybe there might be a named thrall that spawns here, but I have not had the time to have a proper look at it. This is of course a showcasing video, so I'm just going to showcase what is in this area. So from here we go across that way and we will look at all of Buccaneer Bay. There are many changes in terms of cosmetic changes, and it definitely looks a heck of a lot better. It is more interesting, and you also have a good reason to come here nowadays because you can get some nice stuff here as well. As I said, the merchants have been moved around and there are new merchants. So I did mention that there are some new merchants. The layout of the structure in front of me, where all of the things were once hostile, has changed, as you can see. Also, there are more non-hostiles that you can interact with. So this is the first area where I'm starting from. I do remember some crates and cages below, but I don't remember the I suppose fence on the outside. There are some new boxes here that we can see. I don't remember seeing them ever, so if I'm wrong, please do correct me. We've got a banner. As you can see, it does look a heck of a lot more beautiful from a cosmetic point of view. Here we can find 3 of the merchants that are now located in Buccaneer Bay. We've got this guy right here that sells the shoe bill. So he's got a shoe bill in the cage next to him. It does cost 10 gold coins. Over here we have these NPCs that are hostiles, and behind them a cage with some spiders. Next to the spider cage is the NPC that sells the spider eggs. And then up here we have another NPC. There's a stove there. I don't remember that one being there. I might be wrong. I didn't really pay attention to those details, but this is another merchant. So we can now buy some thralls. There's nothing special about them. So as you can see, you can of course now buy for 100 gold a tier 2 thrall. The place does look quite nice. It looks a bit fuller, and as you will see, there are now things around the base, or the bay that we had access to as players that we could place around. It just kind of helps with the immersion, I believe. So I don't really remember cages here. I didn't pay attention, but it's this thing on the outside right here that I don't remember. It looks like a jail cell. I do like the fact that they added that. We've got some signs over there, so we'll go up this way. Whoops. And As you can see, there's a giant box there. There's a giant keg. There's a guy sleeping here. Now, I do remember these two NPCs being here, but I don't remember the boxes, because I did come here looking for the Taskmasters, trying to see if there's a tier 4 Taskmaster. Never found it. There's this bar thing over here, and it does look nice and friendly. However, I can tell you off the bat that they are hostile and they will attack you, with the exception of the merchant. We got another guy sleeping here. More crates. It does actually look like a bit of a port, so I do like the changes. So we've got the performer here. We've got two of these guys. Tables. So it looks like a little outside drinking area. Also, there are some new NPCs that are not tameable and they are hostile. So we've got that one over there, which I did try and knock out. So she is sleeping. So over there I can see these stoves, which again I don't remember seeing them there. We've got this cook over here. He is a 3 skull boss, and as you can see, he is not tameable whatsoever, so you can't knock him out and put him in a wheel pane and have him for yourself. This one should be tameable, yeah. So the torpor is going down, or whatever level of conscious, whatever. I don't know exactly what that bar is called. I will probably use torpor because I'm used to it from Conan Exiles, from Ark. Over here we have a little piglet, which is quite amazing. Took me a while to figure out where all the pig noises were coming from, but that is pretty darn nice. It does add to the immersion. We do have quite a few chests in this area. They do drop various things. We also have new spices, which you can use to make new cooking recipes. There is, of course, a new recipe as well, which I will cover. Actually, there are 2 or maybe 3 new recipes in this area. There's actually 3 new recipes, of which one does contain an old recipe. Again, another 3 skull boss that does not allow you to tame. You will have to fight him. I should probably kill them to show you what they drop. You want to kill these guys because you get some good stuff that you will need to craft the new craftables. So let's go and kill him. Have a look at his inventory. So this guy drops this weapon, which is quite interesting. As you can see, new tables, new rearrangements. We've got some chests over here. These are the spices. And so that is it for this area. I'm actually going to go and kill off the other boss in a bit. Up here we now have a new NPC. It is the Black Corsair. He is not tameable as well, but you do want to kill them for the black silk or the ebony silk. We'll just use admin commands to do that. And so he will drop anywhere between 1 and, I don't know, 5, 6 ebony silk. And that is a new item for the new armor that you can get from this area. So go and kill this guy right here, and we'll see what he drops. There's a recipe right here, so you interact with it. It does not show me the notification on the right side of the screen, but let's have a look over here. So you learn this over here. This is a cooking recipe, and you will need the new spices. They are, of course, quite interesting to have. And so you will want to come here to farm the new spices as well, as they do drop from various NPCs and chests. So let's have a look at your inventory. There we go. New cleaver. And we've got some new spices as well. Apart from that, there is not really much of interest. Also, as I'm going through this showcase, if you guys see differences that I will have missed out on, please mention them down below in a comment. It'll be interesting to see what other interesting changes have occurred in this place. So I am going to disable cloak to show you that these guys are a bit glitchy. There's something going on. As you can see, they stand up as if they're about to attack, but they don't. However, if you do attack them, they will attack you back. So as you can see, we've got the performer that came in to look at it. Now normally the AI would have wanted to attack me, but they seem to be non-hostile until you hit them individually. However, if you hit one of them, it's only the person or the NPC that you hit that does want to fight back, which is quite interesting as well. We've got an animal tamer here. Let's see if this guy is tameable. As you can see, you can knock them out, so we'll have a look at them in a separate video. If you guys want me to, we'll check out their stats and what they can do. I'm guessing these guys won't be all that powerful and mighty, so nothing special, but I can always do that if people ask for it. Also, we have a merchant over here. This guy sells us some interesting things, so we'll buy one of each. So now, of course, we've got an archer and a performer. Again, a nice way of getting thralls. It does make use of the gold coin other than what it had in the past. So I'm glad that this has been introduced, and I do want to see more of that. He also sells this wonderful shield. It looks freaking amazing. There's also a weapon as well. They both fit together as a set and look really, really nice. I will, of course, show that later in this video. Over here, we also have this character which sells us a potion, teaches us the recipe for a potion anyhow, and also sells us a sword. So that is the sword that goes with the shield. It's not that expensive. Also, you will have to use pearls as currency, which can be obtained from one of the recent dungeons. I believe it is the Dungeon of Dagon or something like that. It is one of the water dungeons anyways. With that being said and done, that is pretty much for this area. This is the potion. So it is a potion that, if you're in a cold area, will give you cold resistance, or if you're in a hot area, will give you a resistance to heat. It does seem to do quite well with recognizing in what sort of area you are. And for example, I am now cold, so it is warming me up. However, you do also get drunk off of it. There's also this area right here where we have some new NPCs. This one is the Black Hand Spy. These guys are hostile. To get up here, you just go up this path, go up this little cliff, then climb up some more, and you kind of end up with this area. The reason I'm showing this is, of course, there are some new NPCs, but this is where you find the Sand Reaper Merchant. This area looks a bit empty and unfinished compared to everything else in the game. There's a chest over here where you can loot some stuff. You do find some interesting stuff in the chest. Definitely worth looking because new items have been added. Now I'm going to go to the ship part of Buccaneer Bay, show you the changes that have occurred there. This is one of the areas that I would like to cover with regards to tier 4 spawns. Obviously, it will take a while to do that. Over here we have another Black Elite Pirate. Again, you want to kill these guys for the goodies that they drop. There's a sword there. Nothing special with regards to the sword. It doesn't have any special stats, but it is interesting that they have new items. There's a note there, and we've got some spices as well. To this area over here, I don't really remember this portion of the entrance quite well, but I think it was here anyways. And then we just go up the normal path that we normally would. We've got people wandering about, which is quite nice. I like the fact that they now have patrol paths, and I kind of wish that this would be a thing we could add to our own thralls. So we've got these guys over here. Again, some boxes that have been added. We've got the Black Corsair Elite. That's what they were called. I called it something different before. Also, the armor you see on them is obtainable, so you can definitely get that. And there's this book over here you can interact with. It is a cargo list. So we're going to go this way now. Normally there used to be a Taskmaster around here. I think it still is. We'll have a look. We got these two guys over here. Of course, these guys are hostile, so do bear that in mind. There is the Taskmaster. We've got a Panther wandering up. You can go up that way. it leads to the same place. So I knew that there was a Taskmaster somewhere around here. This was one of the places I used to come to try and get Taskmasters. So a new chest, we got some new items in there, or some items in there. They're not necessarily new. It's just a chest that I haven't opened. I did try and do this recording before, but the software was a bit glitchy, so I've had to do it all over again, which is basically why you'll see some of the items in the chest without me having to open. Another one of these black Corsairs. Also, I just thought I might as well show you that they are not tameable. It'd be nice if they were, but they're not, so you'll have to fight them. You do want to fight and kill them for the ebony silk. So that's it for this portion of the Buccaneer Bay. We're going to go down this path, and obviously up to my right you'll see the path that goes to the sunken ship, which is basically the steps up here. So this is where we would have come out if we would have gone the other way around. I like the fact that these guys now patrol this area. This is cool. This addition is wonderful. Now there used to be Panthers doing that, but I don't recall the Thralls doing much of that. That is pretty darn nice. Also, I noticed that there's a lot of chains. I don't know if all of them were here or they've been added as a cosmetic thing. You guys can let me know. I didn't actually pay attention to it, but now as I'm going through this portion, I can see that there are these chains holding up the platforms that we walk on. I think that's pretty cool. I think they might have been there, or some of them might have been there and others added, but who knows. It's not detail that I paid attention to. So over here we have a tameable tier 4 Thrall. There we go. So the way it looks like it's going to be is if they have a yellow outline on their health bar, they are tameable. I'm guessing it won't be that powerful, but again, I'll cover that in a separate video when I do all of the thralls for this location. Here is another place where you can get a recipe. So that's where we looked before. We come up this way, there's this little armor stand, and you read the notes and you learn the new armor. I'm going to go quickly into this area. I'm going to show you the armor that we get. So obviously by interacting with this, you learn the armor that we used to learn in the past. So it'll be this one over here, the Buccaneer, and then we learn this one as well. That is the way it seems to work. So this is the Black Corsair armor set. I will spawn some of them in so you guys can see what it looks like. It looks pretty interesting, and I'm definitely going to be using this for my role-playing castle that I'm building. So we got the Black Corsair sword, we got the Black Corsair bandana, gauntlets, and everything else. And in terms of weapons, the Black Corsair weapon, does that seem to... okay. I'm trying to see if that comes as a part of this recipe. If not, I'll have to have a look at where the Black Corsair recipe for the sword is. I mean, it's not all that powerful. The stats on it are meh. I wouldn't be using it anyways. There are far better items that you can get. So let's have a look here. I don't see any Black Corsair stuff. I'm guessing there's a different recipe somewhere around here to be found. If you guys know where it is, you can always put it down in a comment below. I'm sure that will help out other people wanting to get the stuff. Over here we have another Black Corsair Elite, some more chains. Let me just... do you know what? I'm going to show you guys the armor set. I'll do that. So this is what it looks like. It looks pretty darn cool. I kind of like it, to be fairly honest. And you can use this as merchant gear. So I think that's why I'm going to be using it in my base. I do want to set up like a little merchant area, quote unquote. It's just going to be a role-playing thing. So we go up the way we used to fight the boss up here. There was like a mini boss. These guys, I don't remember these guys being impaled. So that might be a new thing. This area has also got a bit of a change as well. Not significant, but still it is nice to see. Some more lootables from this chest, as you can see. And over here there's a little tent that never used to be, a rug and a chair, and this is where we find the tier 4 thralls that were fighters that we used to find up here. Again, these guys are tameable. They're not anything special, but if you're just starting out in the game, you do want to have some thralls, so maybe try and get these if you can. However, there are far better options. So with that being said, and then I'm going to show you the sword and shield that you get from this location. I'm just going to find a nice cliff to land on. I think this will do for the moment. So this is what the shield looks like. There's a lot of detail on that. I love the detail. And this is the sword, which I think looks pretty cool. I like the shape of them. I like the fact that they match. However, they do have different names. So if you were to read them off the names, you wouldn't think it's a set. But in terms of cosmetics, they look like a set. They look pretty cool as well. I do like the shape of the shield as well as the shape of the sword. So with that being said and done, folks, that is it for this video. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you've seen anything that I've missed out, be sure to put it down in the comments. I do read my comments, and often I also reply to them as well. I'm sure other people do read the comments, so if you have any useful information that I might have missed out, put it down below. I do appreciate any new information that I might have missed out on. With that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. If you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos on the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. And until next time, stay safe, folks.